Fast-paced, hard-hitting action. The Condors do a fantastic job of game production. Bakersfield's lucky to have the Condors and what they bring to the table every single night.
Welcome to the Something Better podcast. I'm Joe Conroy, the Public Information Officer for the City of Bakersfield. And once again, we are joined by Adam Miller, the General Manager at the Dignity Health Arena Theater Convention Center, the Ice Center, and the Dignity Health Amphitheater. I hope I got all of those.
Yes, you did. That's
all right.
Perfect.
It's hard to remember, and I know that some of the names have changed too.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and they do change.
Yeah, and they do change. We just had the arena changed recently, so that was an exciting change for you guys.
It was a huge day for us and Dignity Health.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about Condor season because that's going on, and they're back for season 27.
Yep.
That seems like a long time. Is that a long time?
That is a very long time. When you look at the hockey landscape in California and the West Coast, we are, I think, other than the NHL teams, being the LA Kings and the others, we are one of the longest, if not the longest, minor league hockey team that's been playing since they started in 1998 with the Condors.
And did they come when the arena opened initially, or was there a couple of years in between there?
There was a transition, basically. Before the arena opened, it was the Bakersfield Fog, and before the Bakersfield Fog, it was the Bakersfield Oilers, and then before the Oilers, it was the Colonels. But the latest rendition was the Fog. They were in the West Coast Hockey League, and then when the arena opened, they transitioned to the Condors. So it was basically the same team, transitioned to the Condors name.
Okay.
And then we're still in the West Coast Hockey League. So the West Coast Hockey League was in the convention center and also the arena. A few years after of the West Coast Hockey League, after the arena opened, they joined the ECHL, which was originally called the East Coast Hockey League, but they did a westward expansion, and that's when they became the ECHL. And then in 2015 was when they became members of the American Hockey League, the AHL, which is basically the step below the NHL. So it's a pretty huge move.
Basically, the next level is the big time. It's the big club.
Oh yeah, we have. I mean, if you tune in on TV any particular night and watch the Edmonton Oilers, there's anywhere of 6 to 8 guys that are playing for the Edmonton Oilers that played for the Bakersfield Condors.
Yeah, so come and see them before they become big stars, right?
Yeah. Well, they are big stars. They just haven't. They just don't have the paycheck yet.
There you go. Exactly. So yeah, almost 3 decades of hockey here. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome. The vision that Alan Tandy had, in the mid '90s to build the arena, it's been fantastic. The number of fans. I think the Condors have said they have 3 million fans over the years. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing for Bakersfield, the community, families for family fun and entertainment. It's awesome.
Yeah, and last time we had you guys on, or had you on, we talked about some of the shows and entertainment options that are at the arena. But the Condors kind of dwarf the rest of them. That's kind of the big draw every year, right?
Right. Well, there's 36 of them, so we have 36 hockey games. So, basically from October through April, one of these days we're going to get to June and win the championship. But through April, May is when the playoffs occur. So it's 36 different game nights, 36 opportunities for fun, and they play mainly on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays, with a few Sundays mixed in this year.
Okay, so almost 30 years of minor league hockey. What should fans be excited about this year?
It's always fast-paced, hard-hitting action. The Condors do a fantastic job of game production. The sound, the lights, the music. DJ Richie Rich, it's an event. It's a special thing. Bakersfield's lucky to have the Condors and what they bring to the table every single night. Yeah,
you talked a little bit about the popularity, how many fans they have here and come out and support and watch this team every year. What is it about this team and the community that this relationship they have? It seems very tight, I guess.
I think what it comes down to is the Condors put so much emphasis on customer service. They literally care about every single person. We do as well, but we put a huge emphasis on making sure that the fans are being taken care of, making sure that their expectations are being met, making sure that they, when they buy the ticket to come to see the Condors, they know they're going to have a good experience. And we and the Condors do everything we can to make that happen. Wins or losses aside, they're going to come and have a great time. There's going to be great music. There's going to be great food and beverage. There's going to be lots of activity on the ice, fun promotions, and just lots going on.
Yeah, some of those promotions, one of the most popular one is probably the teddy bear toss every year, right around Thanksgiving, right? I think it's the Friday after Thanksgiving, right?
It's always the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that is the one game on our calendar that never changes. It's always the day after Black Friday. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving, and it always sells out. It's the one that everybody wants to go to. It's that for sure game that any Condors fan will go to.
Yeah, and it's one of those dates you have circled on your calendar immediately, and you're going to probably take your family out there and go and do that, and there's always something fun happening.
Oh yeah, it's a great time as soon as the Condors score and all those bears and stuffed animals fly. It's a pretty unique experience.
What are some of the other promotions you guys have going on at the Condors this year?
The big ones they do every year are the youth jersey giveaways, and then also the adult jersey giveaway, which we started last year. That was a phenomenal success. The other promotions they do that are the big ones are Star Wars night, the country night, and then obviously the big one for a lot of people is the $3 beers every Friday night.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good.
Yeah,
I'll sign up for that one.
Yeah, our friends at Advanced Beverage come on board with that one and help us and the Condors out to get that done. So we always look forward to that, and it's a good night for both the fans and the yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So we've talked a little bit of the history, talked a little bit about the present, about what's going on this year. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Now, I didn't realize this, but there is and maybe this is relatively new, but I wasn't familiar, but the Mini Condors. What's that program about?
So the Mini Condors started about a year or two ago, and it was a idea that was hashed out between the Ice Center and the Condors to create a new program for young skaters to basically bring new children into hockey. So basically what's included, and I think it's $99 if I remember correctly, and they get all their gear to start. So included in that $99 is all of your gear to start playing hockey.
Awesome.
So it's a fantastic deal. A lot of the ex-Condors come out and help coach. So they get the kids over multi-week sessions and literally teach them how to play hockey. So they basically learn the basics. It's not like they're going to come away from this being, phenomenal hockey players. It basically allows them to get their feet wet.
It's a little entry.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's basically the entry program to basically test the waters, see if they like it. Pretty much everybody loves it. And then, in going through this, at the end, they're basically given the information to how they can jump into the next program at the Ice Center.
Awesome. So is there like I won't say an audition or a tryout or anything, but do they have to do anything, or you just come in, you pay your money or you pay the fee and then you join the program, or how does it work? The
key thing with the Mini Condors is to get in early. There's 2 sessions a year, one in the fall, one in the late winter, and they always fill up. So the idea is you need to call 324-PUCK as soon as possible, or go to the Ice Center and inquire there as well. That you can sign up in both places.
Awesome. So 324-PUCK, or come to the Ice Center and get information about how to sign up if you're interested in doing that. So
highly recommended.
Have you guys, you said it's only been around for 2 or 3 years, but have you seen any success stories come out of there yet?
No success stories yet, because they're still very young. With that being said, we're looking for the next one. We've had Braden Watts, a local hockey player that played for the Condors. He's still playing professional hockey, and we're always looking for who could be the next Braden Watts or the next Conor McGregor.
Awesome. So We'll wrap things up here with that, with the Condors. So we're very excited here about the 27th season. Again, we've got Adam Miller here from the arena, the theater, convention center, amphitheater, ice center, all your jobs I'll tick off.
Yeah.
But thank you again, Adam, for coming in. I'm sure we'll have you over again for another episode. You guys always have a ton of stuff going on with all those venues, right?
Yeah. Always something going on for everybody in the community.
Awesome. So again, as always, like, subscribe. Make sure you don't miss any of our episodes here on the Something Better podcast. And with that, I'm Joe Conroy, and thank you for listening.